Damien. I thought he was on Damien's cell phone plan, and Damien paid for his cell phone. I don't know. Yeah, him and Damien had a weird relationship.
Okay, and why did you think it was a boyfriend?
Damien?
Yeah.
Because they've been seeing each other.
How do you know that, since you only met him that one time?
I don't know. Trent talked about him all the time, for off and on for 2 years.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all well. We're in spooky season. Well, in my last video, there was a pumpkin in my last video. Old fish lips Trent Bolte, spewing out the lies like there was no tomorrow. Well, today we've got his mother. A video I found way back on the internet. His mother was actually interviewed by Tammy. So we're going to have a look at that today, because it proves that Trent was telling lies for every single thing that he was saying, more or less. But we already knew that anyway, didn't we? I don't think she even realises how many lies he was telling her. She seems like a nice old lady, the type of mother that wouldn't believe bad about her son whatsoever. I totally feel sorry for the woman, because everything that she's been told is a lie. Never once has she asked Trent to back up things with the truth. Never once. So you can see that not only has he been deceiving to the police, he's also deceived his own family. And it looks as if he's deceived them time after time for years and years. In the last video, if you watched it, in the interview, the police interview, he was saying that his boyfriend Damien had phone numbers and he knew all about Chris. Well, it turns out in this video that good old fish lips Trenty boy was the one that was stalking his ex-boyfriend when Trent told his family he was being stalked. So that's the type of guy that we're dealing with here. He said his ex beat him up, when apparently, allegedly, it was the other way round. If you listen to Trent, he's been trafficked, he's been abused, he's got PTSD, he's been stalked, he was hard, he's had domestic abuse, he's had drug problems, he's basically had every problem under the sun, and his mum's never asked him to back it up once. She just goes on his word. You could see how these problems would become numerous if he wouldn't have to prove them. He also told police that he was married and he had a husband that died years ago. This guy is the unluckiest guy on the planet. When Tammy questioned his mother, all she said was he led a very secret private life. No accountability and no proof. I have to err with a side of caution on this, because there is part of it that his mother says that they did have health problems, or her and his father had health problems. So I think that he might have just given that many problems, or he continuously goes to them with issues one after the other. I just think the issues became so numerous to his mum and dad that they just went on with whatever he said for an easy life in the end. That's the picture I get anyway. I could be wrong. He even told his mother that his partner had a 4-year-old son. He was married at 18 and his partner had passed away. No proof. So we all know Chris bought him, or allegedly bought me, skincare products. And in the last video, CBI were really starting to grill him. They really started to get all these lies out of him, to the point where Tammy and Coda were basically saying, stop lying now. Start again. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Start again and tell us the truth. And he just kept going and kept going and kept going. So problem is, it's people like this who come forward and say all these things have happened to them, and it ruins it for real, genuine people who have real problems. It stops them from coming forward. We had Chris giving him the skincare products. We had him giving money for services, shall we say services. Outrageous prices, by the way. So that was Coda and Tammy interviewing him. So in the meantime, after that, Tammy's obviously not bought the lies that he's been spewing out. So she's run back to the police station. She hasn't bought his lies whatsoever. She's got on the blower. She's rang his mother. She's rung Mummy Trent. Got her on the phone. And this is what was said.
Hello?
Hey, Colleen, it's Tammy.
Hi.
How are ya?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sitting out in the garage with my dog barking at the neighbor.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right.
I'm good other than that.
Well, good.
So if you hear anything, it's probably them.
Probably your dogs, yeah.
But I just want to let you know I have you on speakerphone because I have a hard time hearing it if I don't.
Okay, that's no problem. Is there anyone else there, or is it just you?
No, my husband's in the house and Trent's at a doctor's appointment.
Okay, perfect. So, I guess, Colleen, do you kind of want to tell me, I guess, what you know about everything that's gone on? I don't want to kind of lead you to things, and then I'll ask you some questions after you kind of explain to me what you know about what's gone on.
I just know that Trent's involved in this Chris Watts thing. That's all I know.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know details. I don't, I mean, I read things and Trent talks to me and that's about it.
Okay.
My husband and I are extremely private people and obviously Trent didn't follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know what to think.
So did Trent ever talk to you about Chris before the story broke? Like, were you aware that he may have been kind of seeing a guy that was married, or?
No, nothing like that. I remember he took care of our house when we were in Arizona, and the only thing I remember is Trent was had a stalker, sending in some pretty ugly text, and I called him and said, Trent, are you okay? How are things going? And he said, yeah, everything's okay.
And who was that stalker person?
They never did find out.
Okay. So what?
But anyway, the only thing that he said is, I'm okay. My friend Chris is staying here for the weekend. And I said, well, who's Chris? And he said, oh, he's just a friend from Colorado. Now, whether that was Chris Watts or not, I don't know.
Okay, how long ago would that have been?
Oh, my gosh. It would have been, I would say between February and May. Just a minute, let me look at something.
Okay.
I don't know, probably between February, March, or April was when I think I talked to him. I don't know, because it was on the phone.
Was that in 2018 or last year?
It was 2018 because we came back to Wyoming at the end of May.
Okay. What do you know about Damien?
That was Trent's boyfriend on and off for a long time.
Okay. Do you know what his last name is?
I don't. Trent is gay, and he's very secretive about his boyfriends. I met him once a long time ago, but the rest, I don't know what his last name is. I honestly don't.
Okay. How long ago would it have been that you met Damien?
Oh my gosh, it was a long time ago. It was 3 or 4 years ago. And other than that, I told Trent he was welcome to come out for Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
And I think he did come out, but it was much later. He works in the oil field.
And what do you mean
But
much later?
At night, he didn't show up for dinner, but he came out later, and Trent said he had some dinner later at night.
Okay, you didn't see him that time?
No.
How do you know he was there?
Trent told me he was.
Okay. And what was the meeting about 3 to 4 years ago?
Trent just introduced me to him.
Okay, did he come to your house, or where did you see him at?
Yeah, he came to my house.
And that is that in Casper, is that right?
No, we live kind of out in the country. We live about 5 miles outside of Glen Rock, which is about 25 miles from Casper.
So what city is that?
Pardon me?
What city do you live in, or?
We don't really live in a city. We own acreage in the country, but it's closer to Glen Rock than Casper.
Okay, is your address Glen Rock then?
Yes.
Glen Rock, okay, perfect. So we've talked to Damien, and Damien is denying any relationship with Trent.
Oh, wow.
He's kind of acting like Trent kind of stalked him, I guess, a little bit. Stole his pictures off of his Facebook page, made some profiles on some gay websites. Damien's saying he's not gay, he's never been gay, all of that. So I guess, do you have any information that could help, confirm that or not?
Gosh, this is a total shock to me. Total shock. I don't know. I don't know what to say, because I'm just shocked that Damien would say that.
Well, how do you know that they were dating besides that one time that you met him?
Trent talked about him off and on. I mean, unless Trent wasn't being honest, I don't know.
Okay. Have you ever known Trent to not be honest?
Not... Yeah, I have, but not with his relationships usually, because he doesn't even talk to me about him. And when he does, I have no reason to not believe him.
Mm-hmm. So has he told you anything specifically about Chris?
No, nothing at all.
Okay. Do you think he's being truthful when he talks about having a prior relationship with Chris Watts?
I do. I don't know why, but I do. And it's just so weird that when I called that time, he said, no, Chris is here with me. Now, whether it was the same, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Do you know about Trent having a phone that he gave to Damien, or a cell phone or anything?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if, after Damien denied any relations with Trent, I don't know what to think, but Damien, I thought he was on Damien's cell phone plan, and Damien paid for his cell phone. I don't know.
Is that what Trent told you?
Yeah, a long time ago. He hasn't been on recently. I mean, yeah, him and Damien had a weird relationship, in my opinion, but I don't know, because I never really saw them together other than when Damien first came out and met me. And other than that, I've not seen him.
Okay. And how was he introduced to you when you met him?
What do you mean?
How was Trent like, this is my boyfriend Damien? Was it, this is my friend? Like,
I'm pretty sure he introduced him as a friend.
Okay, and why did you think it was a boyfriend?
Damien?
Yeah.
Because they've been seeing each other.
How do you know that, since you only met him that one time?
I don't know. Trent talked about him all the time, for off and on for 2 years.
And did he refer to him as his boyfriend?
No, Trent really doesn't refer to anybody as their boyfriend, to be honest.
So I guess what made you think that they were actually in a relationship?
Just the fact that they seem to see each other a lot.
They spent a lot of time together, is that what you're saying?
Unless Trent was being dishonest, that was, all the information I'm telling you is mostly coming from Trent.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, I only met him that one time, and it was a very long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
So if Trent told us that you were really close to Damien and you kind of took him in and felt bad for him and would invite him over and things like that, is that truthful or not?
Oh, I invited him for holidays because I feel bad for anybody that has to be alone for the holidays, but he never came.
Okay.
But I don't know what Trent means I took him in. I didn't take him in.
Okay. And maybe he didn't say it exactly like that. That's kind of the impression, I guess, that I got when he was talking to us.
No, whenever there was a holiday, I would always say, be sure and tell Damien to come over for Christmas or Thanksgiving, because the impression I got from Trent is that Damien's father pretty much disowned him after he found out he was gay.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just taking some notes.
But no, I honestly didn't take him in. Any of Trent's friends, that might be alone for the holidays, I would say, Trent, be sure to invite him. I hate to see anybody alone in the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
But frequently it was Damien that I told Trent to extend an invitation to.
Okay. Did he ever tell you that he broke up with Damien, or how did that go?
Yeah, I think Damien beat him up a couple times.
Okay, how do you know that?
Just Trent.
Okay. Do you know if he ever got arrested for any of that?
I know the police came. Well, I keep saying I know. I don't know. Trent said the police came once.
Okay. Do you know the details about that one?
Oh, I don't. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay.
I've gotten the impression from Trent that Damien was quite hot-tempered and frequently flew into a rage.
Okay.
Boy, if Trent's making all this thing up about Damien, I don't know what to think, because this has gone on for a couple years.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's hard to verify anything that Trent has told us so far. And that's why I thought maybe you could shine some light on Trent, I guess. As far as, his personality. I know he's on a lot of, fentanyl patches and things like that. So I just wondered if, and I know he talked to us about having PTSD and things like that. Like, was he a victim of a crime a long time ago?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that, just to make sure that we were talking about the same thing?
He was raped. And I don't know. I didn't find out about that until recently.
How did you find out about it?
Trent told me.
Okay.
And I don't know, recently probably as an affair statement, it was probably about a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago.
1 to 2 years ago, you think he told you that?
Excuse me. Yeah, because he had to go to court.
What did he tell you about having to go to court?
I offered to go with him to support him, and he said that I couldn't because juveniles were involved in it. And it was a closed court or something to that effect.
Okay. Do you know who was arrested?
Who was arrested?
Uh-huh.
When he went to court?
Uh-huh.
I can't remember his name. It was the guy that raped him.
I know, you don't know who that is?
Oh, it was a Spanish name, Hispanic name. Robert something. Robert. Oh, jeez. I wrote it down a long time ago. I could look for it and call you back.
Okay. But you don't know anything else about that as far as... Like, he was talking about having some PTSD from that incident, and it sounds like he had a husband that died. Is that true, too?
And I had a husband that died?
No, Trent.
Oh, I don't know.
He says he got married, I think, when he was 18 or 19. And then his husband died like 3 years later, and the husband had a 4-year-old son. Does this ring a bell at all?
No, I didn't know he was married.
Would he be married, do you think, and you not know?
It's possible, because Trent lives a pretty secretive life with us.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't... Holy moly. You keep telling me stuff I don't know.
Okay.
No, I knew nothing about that.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out if what Trent's telling us is true, or if it's just, if he's making stuff up. It's really...
God help him if he is.
What's that?
I said, God help him if he is.
Yeah. Do you think you could try and talk to him and see if you can kind of get to the bottom of what's going on?
I've tried to, I'll try again.
Okay, what does he tell you?
Well, first he told me that he was seeing this Chris Watts, but that he quit seeing him long before the horrible crime happened.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he said.
Did he tell you something different then?
Something different?
Yeah.
No, that's all.
But then...
Oh. I don't know. Later he told me that Chris gave him money.
When did he tell you that?
In the last couple weeks, I think.
Was it before we talked to him?
No, I think it was after you did, because I think he knew he was...
What did he say about getting money from Chris?
I said, how much? And he said, once it was $250, and once it was $80, and once it was $60 or something.
I'm sorry, once $250, what was the other ones?
Ma'am, I'm not sure I'm remembering everything right. I hope I don't get quoted or anything.
No. I'm just what do you think you remember?
I remember 250, 60, and 80, and that one of them was for payment of his lip things or whatever. Whatever he's getting done.
The lip injections? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he say he paid him money for any other reason?
No, but he wouldn't tell me.
Okay, so he didn't indicate that it was, possibly prostitution or anything?
No.
Okay.
He didn't.
Okay. Did he give you any other indication or any other details about his relationship with Chris whatsoever?
No, he just said he was a really nice guy, and he would have never dreamed of this.
Anything else?
No, like I said, he leads a pretty secretive life with us.
Uh-huh.
But I think in his defense, a lot of it is because he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
We live in Wyoming, and I'm accepting of that status. I don't understand it, but I accept it, and he knows it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Has Trent ever talked about having to sell his body or make money, by doing things with other men or women or anything like that?
no, he's never told me he did that, but
Okay. So as far as the phone that Trent has now, do you know how long he's had that phone?
it's pretty new because he bought the newest iPhone.
Okay. Do you know what he did with his old phone?
I don't.
Okay. Do you know if he gave it to someone or if he sold it back to his cell phone company or anything like that?
I think, now that you mention, I think he sent it back to the phone company, Verizon.
Okay. Any other information that you would have, Colleen, that could help us? Or
Not that I could think of. I think you gave me more information than I gave you.
Well, hopefully maybe you can sit down and talk to Trent. Because like I said, I don't know Trent. We obviously met with Trent, but it was the first time I'd ever met him before. You being his mother obviously could probably get to the bottom of things a lot easier even than I could. And like I said, we're just trying to figure out if he is making stuff up, if all of this is truthful. Like at this point, I don't know. Either way, he kind of thought that you could verify a bunch of things, and I don't feel like you really could.
Well, without seeing Damien other than that one time, there's not a lot I can verify because when he saw Damien, he just talked to me about it. And
right, and if he just introduced him as his friend, like technically, if Damien says it wasn't his boyfriend, we really have nothing to refute that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know Trent lived with him.
Did you go to that place?
No, I can't prove that either.
Okay. When did he live with him?
I don't know, on and off for the last few years. It was an on-again, off-again thing.
Okay. So I think before you said that they had, I thought you said they had dated for 3 to 4 years, and then maybe 1 or 2 years. How?
I honestly don't. I honestly probably shouldn't say any years because I just don't know.
Okay.
It wasn't something recent. It's kind of been going on.
Okay.
I heard Trent yelling the other night for somebody to get out of here, and I didn't get up. And the next morning, I said, Trent, what was going on? And he said, Damien was here, and I was yelling at him to get out. Now, can I prove Damien was here? No, I just took Trent's word.
I
don't
know.
know.
When did that happen?
Oh. Maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay. And that was...
my husband came out here now, just so you know.
Okay, that's fine.
Dave says it was about a month ago, because Dave heard it too.
Okay. So did you hear 2 voices, or just Trent yelling?
Well, I heard Trent yelling, and I didn't hear another voice, and then I heard Trent said, I don't care, you can just walk. And I said to Trent, what did you mean by that? And like I said, we live out in the country, and our road's pretty bad. And Damien has a really nice car, so he parked way far away and walked.
Do you know what kind of car he has?
It's one of the nicer Chargers.
Okay.
And I don't know that for a fact either. Trent just told me that.
Okay.
So I'm not much help, because, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Does your husband, has he seen anything as far as Damien goes that could show that he actually saw him or knows stuff about him?
Have you ever seen Damien other than the first time Trent brought him out with all those guys? Dave says he doesn't think he's ever seen him.
Okay, and you said he brought him out with a bunch of guys?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
It was a bunch of Trent's friends.
Like, was it a party? What was the...
No, Trent just came to visit and asked if he could bring some friends.
Okay. And you talked about, we were talking about, if Trent has ever been dishonest or whatever. What have you actually, what kind of stuff would he normally be dishonest about if he was dishonest?
I don't know. I'm thinking.
Okay.
I honestly don't know. I am honestly trying to think of an instance.
Okay.
Well, like not being honest with this Chris thing and him giving him money. He didn't tell me that until you guys confronted him about it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's being dishonest.
Mm-hmm.
You call it what you want, but withholding information is the same thing.
And you have no knowledge about him being married and all of this husband dying and all of that?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Does that seem strange to you?
Oh, my God, yes.
Okay.
I'll probably go buy a bottle of wine after I get off of here.
Okay.
I'm just joking. I shouldn't say things like that.
No, it's fine. I get it.
No.
No, it's fine.
I mean, do you have kids? Can you imagine being interjected into something like this?
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
I know. Or is your phone just kind of ringing off the hook?
No, thank God we disconnected our home phone because, we're in Arizona half the time, and it was ridiculous to have, to pay for a home phone that you're not home. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get, I'm on Facebook. Not that I'm a big Facebook junkie, but I have a daughter and a son that don't live around here, and it's a nice way to communicate with them. Well, I get a friend request from a producer at NBC saying, "Hi, I see your Trent sister, and we'd like to talk to him. And please give him our phone number. It can be off the record." And she messaged me that.
Mm-hmm.
I just messaged her back and said, "I'm not Trent's sister. I'm his mother, and I'm an extremely private person. I'm just going to respectfully decline your friend request because I know you're just trying to do your job. But please respect my privacy and don't contact me again." And I've never heard from her since.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
Well, so you said Trent was at a doctor's appointment, right?
Yeah.
Do you mind trying to talk to him when he gets back, and then maybe I can touch base with you tomorrow and just kind of see.
What do you want me to talk to him about, man?
Well, I mean, maybe kind of see, now that you have some information about what he's kind of told us, maybe kind of fill him out and see if, like I said, I mean, we're such at a quandary right now with whether we can believe him or not. I just kind of wanted to see if maybe you as a mom could kind of get to the bottom of some things.
I can sure try. I don't mean to sound selfish, but I just am so afraid that my involvement like this is going to hurt me in the end and my family.
Mm-hmm. Why would it hurt your family?
Well, things get leaked. I don't know.
We're just trying to obviously if Chris, just to be truthful with you, if Chris had a relationship with Trent, that's a huge thing in our book. It's very important.
And I totally understand that. And I can't confirm it. All I can say is that one time I talked to him, he said, Chris is here. Now, was that Chris Watts? I don't have a clue, because he was so secretive.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my husband that Trent got money from this Chris guy, and today before Trent went to his doctor's appointment, Dave said, Trent, you need to get your life together. And Trent said, what do you mean? He goes, taking money from him? Trent said, I'm late, and left.
What did Trent say?
He said, I'm late.
Okay.
His stuff, and left.
Okay.
And as Trent left, I said, Trent, we have the right to ask you questions.
Sure.
You're living with it. The public defenders drove to our house last week.
Oh, goodness. Did you guys talk to them?
Not really. We didn't even answer the door because we didn't know who it was. Mm-hmm. We thought it was Jehovah's Witnesses, and I'm not criticizing anybody's faith, but they can be relentless.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't answer the door, and the next thing we know, the neighbors call and say, there's 2 attorneys here looking for Trent. And Dave said, we better talk to them, because they're just going to go all over town asking people questions, and it's just going to make it harder on us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean by my family, man.
Right.
My husband's sick. He had a liver transplant in 98, and the disease came back, and he's not well. I mean, he's not bedridden by any means. He's a tough old goat, but all the stress of this, like those people showing up at our door.
Right.
I mean, I don't find my conversation with you stressful, but I'm so worried that my conversation with you might be leaked or something. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's today's video. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you're like me, I was quite intrigued to listen to all the lies that he told, and just for his mum to actually prove that she had no idea of half the things that he'd said. It was very intriguing, for the least. It was very intriguing to hear. I'd like to thank Destronic for sponsoring the video. Once again, go to their website, use code PADDY. I'd like to thank me for all the Halloween decorations. I'd like to thank the members again quickly, and everybody in the Discord. Go to the Discord and join free. Thank you very much, guys. Remember, these cases can be emotional and stressful, but most of all, don't have nightmares. So you can see how these problems could start gradually. When Tammy questioned it, all beliefs. All his mum says is, all she says is, well, he led a very secret, the type of mother that wouldn't believe anything. I feel sorry for her in a way. So if you listen to Trent, he's been trafficked. In the last, it really got a lot, So she's run back to the police station, found out where his mother lives, found out her address. So she's run back to the police station. For fuck's sake.